agent Felix Tienta. A man be here or Barcelona last week, you know. I started swabber. I started shifting the pendulum no to the side. Last week, I began say Ote say Barcelona share Nico. Any agent and I say Nico agent. Na a meeting a Nico Campono and a initialize and omo message na a simple say last summer they had their reasons not to join Barcelona, but this time around Abrantia they say or you're willing to join say Barcelona for ebeba ababe fanwa. Now you started to just say after the meeting, you know, from Barcelona president, you know, to omo kebi woman, no, who say, oh, I didn't know quiet, ne ye for the dear, but he has really won the hearts for Saudi and our yenkwa. Say obes money agent say monko kan job say oh this time around say omo payment kwa dia my willing say beba. Now before obes money agent, you know. Now when your opportunity to go to Spanish national team camp, as I inform Barcelona players now, omo the now for our national team no. So they had already carried the message back to Barcelona. Ayo hu Pedro mo kala mi yama mu di come say ye ko enani ko say Daniel omo mo kaka. Then followed up with Felix Tienta meeting. So Rich akwai say Nico soften the grounds to ensure say nidi ebetimi abba Barcelona for the team and it is working. I didn't see that no pay make us say it is working. It is working because Rich, the front page of Mundo Deportivo I say Nico Sube. Now say already the Spanish now omo air to a compliment story no headline now. And some of can the summary in any. Almost number one. One reporter AI seduce. Say can seduce out and say or na jinmuno yeah dada no. Na jini dada say I say new kukra option no. Good. So the first thing they wrote and they said one reporter AI is seduced by the proposition of Nico Williams. What are the pointers? I see number one. They could say Yanko for Luis Diaz. Yes, okay, when I sporting director, it is your job. You call Liverpool. Liverpool say Abentiano is not for sale. Enti Abuakwano omumbo yebi. Akunya kura omo say omo ni yebetena say negotiation kura omo say Abrante dey for sale, so there is no negotiation for omo ni yebe. But Nico there in his contract there is a release clause which we know say a year 52 see add CPI selling taxes near there it could go around 58 but here add CPI now it could around 60 61 62 top. Enti Alice who call him Komodia. You know Sika we dealing with. Are we here to get Nico? But Luis Diaz there no. Liverpool class amount to Abante so we don't even know the price. But when there I say Okota dey okrum. Rich now Okopla Adena Okotoro who two options. You see Baku dey unim ne bo. Baku dey unim ne bo. Barça did say, according to this story by the president, say it is more good to plan with Adia winning the ball than Adia winning the ball. And yes, I winning the ball. The auto of the other class say, I did all Tompo Mount. So it seems far off from Nico and Luis Diaz than Nico there. Number two. Rich, one reporter say, but Nico is 22. Luis Diaz is 28.
Very young.
Yes. And say about age wise krana. We could give me more. Yes. Abraham kodwene ho say why be na meto. Luis Diaz is 28. Look, this is not my analysis. This is me telling you what is in the story. And that is another thing. Ori a friend one Laporta. Eshe. Rich number 3. According to the story, it will not take Nico time to bond at Barcelona. Because majority of the players no number borrow. I will be here to find rhythm with them quickly, or was hardly any dada with them over the Spanish national team. And a Buama, you get him at his best quickly. Then Luis Diaz as a Oba, he will need to assimilate kakra. And I say, or Bondi, not finding a rhythm kakra. But they believe Nico, with the friendship with Pedri, Daniel, Omo, Lami Yama, and Bar the money, I don't know. It will just be a walk in the park for him to know. Especially, there were a time in the Spanish national team, he was playing on the same line with Leandro Badi. You just pick that and put it in the Barcelona team. Rich, on that same point, one reporter say, in every Barcelona golden generation, Rich, at the time it's when they have a lot of Spanish players that are lifted into the Spanish national team. First, now you can lift Busquets, Xavi, Iniesta, then you put them straight into the Spanish national team. So when your players are, whether you're going international break or whether you're club football, they are playing around the same familiarity. A ball in season dynamics. Say a both season because you're breaking for international breaker. You will not be worried. Because the international break, players no borrow. They are the same players that are going to play in the same national team. When they come back, it is job as usual. But Rich Mampadi, in the story, minimum 70 years zoom in the year. And the more you zoom, the more letters in the air. But I will try and make the point that I'm trying to make it. Rich, who said, who read the now? Who 22
and then 28.
Yes, but before the 28, who Kwe and Cafetero. I don't know why Mundo decided to describe Luis Diaz as a coffee grower. Yes. That is what the Spanish translating give you. I don't know why, but I think it is not good. Look, Luis Diaz will want to play for Barça. Sauko Spain, Rich, open foreigners, more doors who Spain Konimua, Baku Colombians. It is a Colombian international, ever any of the Spanish teams are. Rich, you have a huge following, because our doors are power cronim. But Rich, it seems gradually, and Yoma echo Nico side. Look, the reason why I am not too obsessed about whether Barcelona will be able to do this deal. Sika 70 at the end, say, Rich. The story in Ankasa tells you Barcelona understand what the price tag is. And come on, Barcelona nye sebi team are paying Rich. Yeah, promoting into the Spanish La Liga. They've done this business for a well over about 120 years. If they really say, your analysis in area, now to say Nico no pa, Rich, they know how to get him. Whether they have to pay upfront, they have to, whatever engineering they have to get him. The winner is for Barcelona to conclude it is Nico we want. Now, Rich, to the discussion you were having with Fifi, why him? You ever born or hey?
Of a problem,
yes. Fifi made a point. Say and Kojidi say your concentration should be a lateral. No, Rich, I think it's a last season. Also, the real season it seems that Hansi Flick, Jidi say your laterals, or solution to it. For instance, first, nobody knew Eric Garcia could play in the absence of Kunde or right back. But Rich Kunde prior, Eric Garcia he played it. Now, if Christensen is fit, if Ronald Araujo is fit, Rich, in a circumstance where Barca want children, so open any of these players to play at right back. Ronald Araujo has played there before. Christensen can play there. Only problem was now the Gerard Martin argument Rich, yes, in the eyes of the outsiders, Gerard Martin and Casano on Shadanya very good. But Rich, Abranchen one is a La Masia boy. Number 2, he played for the Spanish under 21s. Look, Barca GD say on no demo level, but anytime he's asked to do the job, at least the best 65 to 70%, which is okay. And it's they can play 2 right-footed center halves and put Inigo Martinez there, not really to do the overlapping runs, especially so Nico anymore. You don't really to run the lines and push Nico inside. Nico are a typical winger. And see, laterals in the problem here, and share that issue. Now, Rich, this is Nico. He loves to play from this side. Make the left wing corner. Yes, obetimi about right to have a Bobby there, but any favorite position. Now, Rich, me issue any baby and Nico Bebo and where it will push Rafinha to. My issue is Norman Kitty. Number 1, has Hansi Flick showed you say on your side in depth now? Obetimi manage squad now. Because Rich, at Barcelona level, you will need the in-depth squad. Already, that's what I can say. Barcelona recruitment this summer, no, it is purely to provide backups and competition for maybe Rafinha and Lamine Yamal, because what we realized last season is if any of them go off, and there's no competition for those players. And we want to strengthen them. Rich, so if we strengthen them with players, Mr. Nico, when they come into your team, they give you squad in depth, they give you competition. The first thing you need is a coach or manager. Obi mobile at the bench. On any bekasa. Obebem time bay. Matches no. Oh, sir, a moody no betting me, a moody no team. You need a coach or what's our experience. No? That is the first thing. Number 2, Rich, I think says a Nico bar. Rafinha will not be competing with Nico because already, even last season, our Rafinha boss our left hand side, finishing as the best player in the Spanish La Liga and the best player for Barcelona and Pono. Rich, they behind that. Now Kaya will say that is not his favorite position. Rafinha or Pepansa or Bebo on right hand side. Maybe I'll be a marginal. And that's all Bebo as a number 10. And it's a Nico bar. Nico, a penny Barcelona player, he will be in the squad that will be higher the favorite position. And say the Vinicius Epeno. It's on you then push Rafinha to come and compete with Lamine Yamal on the right, and also Daniel Olmo or Femi Lopez or any of the players now on number 10. Now, Rich, Lamine Yamal. So it is a straight battle between Rafinha and Daniel Olmo. Why and the boy number 10? And in Pempe, Obian himself Rafinha. I want the North to play in that position. That is how the dynamics is. Okay. And how coach has a flick to me a manage squad no. But that is the story what Nico William Ayeno seems to have found favor with Barcelona and Penny for now. First, now or yes, second option. No. I said now they are trying to convince themselves. Say, can we bring him to number 1 and probably start the operation to get Abante FN and Nico Williams? Rich, I don't pay. That's already yes, Chelsea. And that will lead us into the FIFA Club World Cup in just 2 minutes. Bina, yeah, the code number there. Yes, Chelsea so more verbally. Tio, me ana me pebrofuni ye. Especially so share Sky omo transfer life na. Ubo say omo list categories and as stages in ho. First one, interest. Second one, talking. As a time or more, yeah, contact your friend, your busa, your enqua. Then they write bid accepted, bid rejected. Now after medicals, then you know. And see, every transfer be our stages. So one this stage, that's yeah, you may give a wrong information on the transfer. At the end of Chelsea, I hear on Abante friend Malik Fofana. What David Austin more can say? You name say. Before I be Rasa Manimumpo, near to say Chelsea, right-footed winger, any striker. Say striker no, Omato dilap, and it seems that they think okay, it's okay for now. If in the future Ome Adia, Yenim Sisia Kase, but dilap papa. Now Rich, that right-footed winger no. South space now now because Jadon Sancho, Chelsea Yamane come back to Manchester United. So we need at least a replacement for Jadon Sancho. Then Chelsea goes to Dortmund. So we pay gatings. And the 3 bids according to Sky Sports Germany. The last one was 55. Dortmund said there be a branch. You value the brosa. Rich, sometimes in the transfer window, you need to be wise. Move you make not to even go for the player. But to tell Obiara Kono won't say one go, I am moving on. Sometimes you can do that for shaggy reasons. But you do that with a player as a rich. Say the Fofana openers or Casa Chinchina. You can move on. The Ayala said Chelsea have made verbal enquiries. Say old friend Obusa Obi Wasem. Into Chelsea in far bed in Koye, Chelsea near Bibi Wubia, what they've made and say, Verba or my friend, and Omodu Mano. I was also, oh, there's a 20-year-old Malik Fofana. Last year, January 2024, and a Leon Motono every Ghent, every Belgium. When you one cup last season, or say 11 goals, or my 6 assists, or your winger, a cry winger, Snibino. Ne want some to say. You bet me aba. Or you play a mobeton and that is what Chelsea has done. Okay. They've not done anything giddy bia. Rich, Mami, you saw the last 2 minutes, on the FIFA Club World Cup. They say competition at Ecoso no. And interesting results. Interesting one. Rich, me ma catch you. Let's start with the Chelsea one. Me say, anytime I have watched Chelsea play very well and win games, and your opponent, me can say Chelsea born on bono, and you me fair and a standard mommy, it's when they play more Casedo in its natural position. In Tiano, I'll show you James, I'm born 2, Kukwera money 3, on a 4 and 5 in Kowo and a tossing. Now in the middle of the pack, Moas Casedo, Romeo Lavia. And it gave Chelsea a lot of balance. At no point, enemy who said Chelsea were struggling in the game. They played very well. Now, so 2 central midfielders, no more balance now. Rich, I think I know what Uriah friend Enzo Maresca, a person of building this Chelsea team too. But he wants to build it to the Arteta Arsenal. Any at a point in time, Pep Guardiola Man City, where you have 2 central midfielders, one very tricky number 10, almost in the hole behind the striker, and 2 wingers are very unpredictable. That is the reason why Neto me feeling Chelsea no. Rich 1v1, he's one dangerous guy because he can dribble or you're powerful within the pace and the decision making very very spot on. And the man shall go away. Then in the second half, I love the way Fifi is trying to hype the lap. No, it is good.
Okay.
It is very very good. Then who said me share Chelsea game in the first half, and then me jai kobobo. Na me buy na me back to Benfica ne Boca Juniors no so Rich.
That's what more.
Now, sometimes I am a football story in the Quintessenia. Who say Boca Juniors Argentine team? And tell us how we was stadium war. Argentina for no doso. But Rich, when they took 2-0, who won better take a break Argentina for the heart. 2 Argentines now mo bomber Benfica no. In Di Maria, any Otamendi, and Omukai Omusemasa. Yeah, near Argentina or any Boca Juniors. So, but yeah, I'm paying for you to kind. I bought my European clubs. I didn't move with him to cry to walk up near the then a much yeah, not mobile guy. I was so, and almost 8 me at second. Yeah, this is one of my mind. No code no for any games now. Because so I war the FIFA Club World Cups, no, any other games, European for no air ball or more under 21 championship or more under 90 championship. And I think say code me as I the 2 a combination of 20.88 odds and rank for the bets ewo ye code ni munti and I yanko fabro na ye mo mu bi na rich omunsa enko try we say omu ebedia. What we do is to give it to them na omu etimi a trying ti and then so 3 course and then the bomb person yem yenu na bebo mi ensa ni nyina ebetimi abo. First one no 1F E8 CE 46 and a second one no 1F E8 D7 23. Then the last one obviously 1F E8 DC B5 into 1F E8 DC B5 1F E8 D723 1F E8 CE 46 3 betwe kosa ubetimi ede akofie na wakohese ubetimi enya bibi ede afrimwa
ento ensem na so emfa